Ooh. Blue dot.
Cakes are much cleaner.
I see. Oh. Wait a second. That looked like the circus.
Yeah. That was Caine. That was AI shit.
Another
Kinger?
chess piece, huh? How are you holding up?
I just don't know what's happening.
Oh, I forgot the subtitles. I'm so sorry. Forgot to turn those on.
I told you to double check.
Yeah, it's Queenie.
Another chess piece, huh? How are you holding up?
I just don't know what's happening. We never made anything like this.
I just hope that...
Wait.
Are you?
It's... you.
Oh my god.
Aw.
I wish I could remember your name.
Same.
I'm so sorry I roped you into this with me.
It's quite strange, isn't it?
Listen, no matter what happens, I'll always...
And into the cellar you go.
I just remember the story he told about her.
Golly, we're running out of humans here. Now don't you go abstracting on me too. Seriously.
Yeah, that
Everyone's
smash...
gone.
That smash cut was cruel.
Very cruel. My heart. Everyone's gone.
I like Kinger. He's one of my favorite characters in this.
He's good. I've noticed a lot of the fandom jokes about Kinger being the favorite of people with daddy issues. Like people with daddy issues deciding that Kinger is their favorite. It's very sweet.
What? Hello? Guys? I can't figure out how to... guys? Hello? Can you help me out here? What's happening? Can anybody hear me?
I can hear you. Are you okay?
Who are you? How do I take this off?
I...
Wow, 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 wow! A new one? So it is possible. Looks like you got a new buddy after all, Kinger!
Kinger. Right.
Is this really?
I was hoping new minds could show up. I have to make some more preparations for this
I never
amazing
noticed she doesn't have
breakthrough.
fingers before.
I also love how they animate her.
How do I get out of this?
Looks like felt.
I
Yeah.
don't know.
What do you mean?
But everything's gonna be okay. Do you remember your name?
I'm...
Ragatha,
Huh?
you doing okay?
Hey, Pomni.
That's a good question.
Are you doing okay?
Yeah. After that, you all right?
I don't think that's a
Well,
thing you
really
ask in
hate
this
to say
place.
it, guys, but I told
Don't you even, do not even f***ing begin to say that sentence like you didn't try to keep us all trapped here forever.
Anything could have happened when you press those buttons. It doesn't matter.
It seemed to matter back when you did it. What if you did ruin our one chance at
And
leaving?
what if Abel was secretly evil? What if we all got stranded in the void? What if it wasn't real? So it doesn't matter. Never did.
How can you
That's
say
the
that
only
like
way
you
we
didn't
can
try to
vote.
f*** us all over?
He's right, though.
What? Gangle.
Angle?
Angle.
It doesn't matter what could have happened. We could argue about it and hurt each other all day long, but that's not gonna help anybody.
Angle.
I think what we need to do now is to just be there for each other.
Aw.
She's right. We've all done bad things, but we're also all we've got. I think we need to abandon the idea of leaving.
What?
Shit.
What do
We
you...
got our hopes up, and we were let down. I don't know what exactly happened with Kaufmo, but we can't let that despair consume us. We should focus on what we have. Like you said, constantly chasing an unattainable goal will drive us crazy.
She said that in the pilot
Maybe what we have to do now
God.
is to just
3 years ago.
live.
Oh, man. I had dreams and goals. I wanted to be able to leave my mark somewhere in the world. How am I supposed to just abandon that?
I don't know if you can.
You've made a mark in my life.
I know, you're probably right.
I'm sorry. This is just... That's hitting a little close to home for me.
Just keep going. It's good.
I know. I'm okay.
But I know, you're probably right, but it just really sucks.
Aw.
We're all in this together.
And we'll always
like
be
how-
in this together. No matter what.
Jax.
Nah.
Hey. That includes you too.
Huh?
Listen, we're not gonna have you wandering off alone somewhere and abstracting or something. You're a pain in the ass, but you're still one of us.
After everything Jax has done to them, they still care.
You think I'm capable of abstracting? You guys worry too much.
We need a vacation.
Where?
I don't understand
Back
them
to the
all.
beach.
They want an exit, they want answers, they want something real. I give them an adventure that covers all of that, and they still hate it? Surely they don't want to actually leave me, right?
No way, Jose. No way, no how.
I do everything for these people. I slave over these adventures for them. I step outside my comfort zone to appeal to them, and they still hate them. I made a program that creates a body perfectly encapsulating their mind files, and they hate those too. I'm starting to get the feeling that they just hate.
Why would they hate you when they could just hate you?
This is why I was created. This is my function.
That's my anxiety.
They'd rather abstract than go on your adventures.
That can't be true. I do everything for them. Don't they get that I'm trying?
Maybe you're just genuinely bad at this.
Shut up! No. I fixed that. I can solve any problem. I can solve this one. That's what this is. A big puzzle that I need to solve.
Defective.
Shut up!
Broken. Onward.
Enough!
Maybe you deserved to be abandoned.
Oh.
You really were the lesser of the two. You ruined this.
Enough!
Bubble, what the fuck?
Who do they think they are? I give them everything, and they spit in my face! Don't they know what I'm capable of? Humans! They only think about themselves. They're spoiled! They won't abstract. They won't leave me.
Caine?
I won't let them!
Caine?
I'm better!
It's not well.
I'm more powerful! I'm the original! I am God!
Yeah, I'm seeing those influences now. I'm seeing it now.
Let's get this show on the road!
Mm-hmm.
Scary.
What was that?
Hello, my little fortuitous fruitcakes! Today's adventure is...
Caine, we're not in the mood. Why don't you answer some of our questions? We have a lot of them.
Who has time for questions when there's a whole wacky world of hijinks out there?
Yeah, hey, you have a lot of explaining.
Hey!
Alternatively, I don't got to explain diddly squat.
Can you just give us some time to process everything?
Or how about we skip the melodrama and get right to the fun?
No, Caine. We have a lot on our minds right now, and we're not going on an adventure.
His body language.
Mm-hmm.
I see.
Insecure.
And since when were you in charge?
Oh.
Do you have any idea how much I do for you guys? How much I obsess over trying to make things perfect? How many insults I have to ignore to do my job? You have a lot on your minds? Don't make me laugh. I have a new adventure for you, and you should consider participating.
And if we refuse?
Maybe I'm not getting through to you.
Yeah, let's go! Yes!
Oh.
It's news to me that it's news to you. To which degree, who answers to who? We could go on and on, but in the end, who are we kidding? My divinity is past infinity, am I getting through? Seems our regime has plummeted south. Don't need to scream if you ain't got a mouth.
Hey.
Why bite the hand that feeds when it's the only hand you're getting? It's time you see that this great marquee is the only place you're ever gonna be. So strap on in and take it on the chin, and don't forget who's running the show. Now look at this! Absolute bliss! Oh, what a shock! Watch where you walk! I'm the host, I run the place. Caine, that is my name. Not enthused, just feeling used. Oh, what a guy!
Yay!
You yelled, you cheered so loud that you activated the voice filter.
I think we all understand each other now.
But yeah, that was terrifying, but also a great song.
So good.
Oh, but yeah, that's the song you heard me singing yesterday.
I can't believe you didn't pick up on the context clues. It was practically spelled out for you. What are you, stupid? Next one's gonna be even crazier. Hope you're ready. By the way, Kinger, I need you for something. Come with me.
Huh?
Kinger!
Where you go?
Jax, what's up with your eyes? Oh.
I don't know how many more of these new adventures I can handle.
Nobody's doing okay.
No.
Got nothing positive to say about this one?
Oh.
Splat.
I can't take this anymore. We gotta do something about this or I'm gonna lose my mind!
I never should have antagonized him so much. I'm sorry.
It's not your fault.
Break time! Gotta brainstorm some new ideas!
What did you do?
He shredded me.
Oh.
I think we should get out of the open for a bit.
Go hide.
Yeah, now it's
I'm sorry,
feeling
they
like...
had this?
Apparently?
Well, this is a good...
I haven't been up here in a while.
We should just indulge a little while we have the time to. I don't know what Caine has planned next, but I'm guessing it's not anything good.
No! Funny!
Well...
No one even cares anymore.
Oof.
He's gotta get bored of all this sometime, right?
He's not a human. I'm not sure if we can properly gauge how he thinks.
Oh God, are you okay?
I'm fine.
You know, things were just fine here until you and Zubul came along. Nothing? Okay.
Wow.
What are you?
Oh.
Just give it a sec.
Right, because he thinks better in the darkness.
Yeah,
Trust me.
but it brings his sanity back.
Yeah.
Finger, you there?
Where? It's dark in here.
What exactly are we waiting for?
No, she's right. Just give it a bit.
I've got a bucket on my head.
Yes.
I'm guessing you don't want me to remove it.
Kinger.
Aw.
Hey, Pomni.
Wait, the bucket makes him sane?
Darkness. It's a long story.
What's happening?
What do you know about Caine?
Tell us
It's a
the
little
story,
hazy,
Kinger.
But I remember C&A.
That was just an adventure, right?
No, C&A is a real company. I worked for them.
Wait, they really made this game?
No, we didn't make games. We were just developing artificial intelligence. Specifically creative AI. The kind that could come up with its own ideas and create things within the program.
What is going on right now?
Caine was our first semi-successful attempt at that. I can't remember what we originally called him, but he was one of my greatest achievements as a programmer.
You made Caine?
Partially, yes. I got a few pointers from, well, I can't remember his real name, but his circus name was Scratch. That man was a genius.
Wait,
Caine was pretty rough around the edges, though. I wasn't quite on Scratch's level of thinking outside the box, but it was good groundwork for something the rest of the team could wrap their heads around. I can't say the same for Scratch. His ideas were often so bizarre and abstract that the rest of the team had no idea how to work in his language, either due to pure brilliance or the tumor in his head. He was trying to make something. What was it? I'm getting off track. Was there anything specific you needed to know?
Wait, I should go distract Caine so he doesn't listen in on this. Just fill me in afterwards.
Are you... I mean, yeah, that's true, but...
Fill me in later.
Be here later.
I will.
I think this is the first time Jax has actually helped them.
Well, take a look at this here.
Oh my god.
Or not.
This is real.
Oh.
Dude thought he was in a coma or something this whole time.
Is there any way to stop him? Or at least
pause for just a moment.
Him?
I see.
So everything Jax has done, he assumed it was not real at all.
Yeah, he talked about how they were just cartoon characters.
Yeah, and now that, Caine is here talking about having, or Kinger's here talking about having made Caine and all the lore behind the circus and shit, and he's just like, oh, fuck.
Everything is real. This is all happening.
This is reality. Shit.
Yeah. And I picked up on this too just now. Everyone disappearing and then coming back after all that. Am did that in I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream too.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he would take people sometimes and they would just come back like drained of blood or just shaking after whatever he did to them, and the others never find out. He just did things on his own.
It's so scary.
Yeah. Oh. And like the whole time he was just thinking he could get away with no consequences, but no. He has been living some kind of existence and he doesn't even really know what.
No. How long has he been in here thinking it was not real? Like,
too long.
Caine's going a bit crazy right now. Is there any way to stop him? Or at least control him?
I see. He's a highly advanced AI, and this is his world. One that he created from nothing. So naturally, he has control over everything. But so do we.
Huh?
In a sense, anyway. We all technically have the ability to conjure, just like Caine. It just comes naturally to him, but requires a lot more skill and concentration for us.
Butterfly.
I'm certain I could alter his code, or at least temporarily put him to sleep until we know how to fix him. I would just need access to a console.
The one behind Caine's office?
No, just a simple computer interface would work. I could get back into the right headspace and essentially conjure Caine's code into the console and alter it.
Well, where do we get one of those?
I think I know exactly where to get one. Take turns with Jax distracting Caine. Don't let that bucket come off Kinger's head.
The bucket is the key.
The bucket. The buckets reveal all.
It really does. Yeah, that's not the real you.
No. That's also parallel to the pilot.
Yeah.
When she stopped and admired herself in the mirror.
Yeah. The exit door.
Pilot. Remember from the pilot?
Oh, I remember that from the
Great
pilot.
suggestion, Jax. But as I feared, there just isn't anything stuck between my teeth. Oh, wait. Oh, that's where I parked.
Wow,
Spaghetti.
Caine, you are so funny.
Could you say it with a little more gusto?
You are so funny.
That's better.
Hey, Caine!
Yep.
Do you want to hear a list of things we've decided we love about you as our God and Savior?
Whoa, now we're talking.
Well, first of all, we love your...
I know, but I'm bored. Let's go bowling.
Ah!
It's a sniper! Oh. Oh.
bro.
I'm so proud of you guys.
I love those little animations at bowling alleys.
They're so weird.
Aren't they?
I want to know what studios they commissioned to make this.
Good question. Yeah, it was just an endless hallway of doors.
Mm-hmm.
And this was in the photos from the dot scene at the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that computer!
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
There's a headset next to it and everything.
Oh,
I feel like it's missing
jeez.
something, right?
It's missing relatability.
You're right, scrap it. Let's go back to the drawing board. Humans just aren't a relatable sculpting material.
You think he's running out of ideas yet, or nah?
Humans just aren't a relatable material.
Do you need help with power or anything?
Nah, I can use my imagination for that.
You got this?
I think so.
Help us, King, are your only hope.
Sure has been a while. I may need some time to get my bearings. Try to help the others distract Caine while I figure this out.
I'm so
May
nervous
sense
for some
something when
reason.
I really get into it.
Okay, I'll do that.
Well, it feels like because there's so much on the line.
Thank you. By the
Yeah.
way. For this and, well, everything.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, are you even trying?
Shut up, Jax.
Where'd Caine go?
Back to the drawing board, I guess.
Did you get everything working with Kinger?
I think so. We just need to make sure Caine doesn't check up on him.
What do you think we've been doing?
Omni! That's the relatability we've been missing!
Omni!
You know, I thought this endless onslaught of fun would be a little more satisfying. But I've come to realize that these rapid pace ideas are a little half-baked.
I'm sure you can come up with new ideas if you put your mind to it.
That's exactly it, though.
Yeah,
I am putting
Caine's
my
been
mind to it,
getting
and
taller,
I'm
too.
just not feeling that spark I once did. And if you're not having fun, and I'm not having fun, then who is having fun?
I'm having a baby.
Exactly. Makes me wonder why you guys even switched up your tone. If I didn't know any better, it seems like you're trying to... Where's Kinger?
We
Oh,
just
no.
wanted to see your new ideas firsthand. We've gotten over our hang-ups, and now we're all just genuinely curious what you're cooking up.
I think I'm just gonna check up on...
We think your ideas suck!
Huh?
Huh? Isn't it
Uh-oh.
obvious? We wanted to bait you into testing your new ideas on us so we can make fun of them behind your back.
Ha! That's not... true.
Yes, it is! You're a horrible host! You don't care about us at all! You care more about stroking your own ego than giving us anything we'd actually enjoy!
Do you know who I am?
Yeah, you're a failure! We're all gonna abstract someday, and what will you have then? Nothing.
Stop that.
And this whole stuff? Just torturing us because we hurt your feelings? Pathetic! You're like a child. What kind of all-powerful being has such a fragile ego?
I'm...
You never let us feel like we're at home.
Rip
You
into
comfort
him.
anyone when they're upset, and you never bother to understand what it's like in our shoes.
You discourage us from thinking outside the box and doing things our own way.
You lie to us constantly!
And on top of it all, you just don't listen!
I'm gonna put you freaks in your place!
Gumby Goo? Oh no. Oh shit. Kinger, please.
Come on, Caine. Come on.
Oh, the melting faces.
Why do you people torment me? It didn't have to be created. I just wanted to fulfill my purpose.
Wait, no.
Wait.
Did you do it? What happened?
I think I accidentally killed Caine.
Holy shit.
Wow! Oh my...
Well.
Wait, Caine's gone from the credits! You're right!
Uh-oh! Uh-oh.
Oh my... Whoa. Episode 9. The grand finale? Ooh. I am... Oh, wow. I am... Oh my... That was so good!
Yeah!
That was...
I'm so excited
my...
for you to see it. It's so good.
That was absolutely... Like, okay, you've always told me that the show was inspired by I Have No Mouth and I'm a Scream, but that was, like, the best, like, representation of it. Like, that absolutely captured the spirit of it and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Like, when they were talking about C&A and, like, how you said Caine chose his name, Am did the same thing. He started off as, like, Allied Master Computer, and then they called him an Adaptive Manipulator, and then he called himself an Aggressive Menace, but then he named himself Am.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's the beginning. I'm thinking, like, there's gotta be, like, a Cain and Abel reference in there somewhere, because with that name, how could there not be?
We've seen that the company label is C&A, and then we also had that in the previous episode, that wooden, what do you call those things?
Mannequins.
Yeah, mannequin. Mannequin pretended to take the name Abel or whatever.
Right, yeah.
Yeah. And then remember, you saw at the beginning of it, it was like those dots, right? And it was red. And the red was getting all this information. And then suddenly there was a blue, and blue was getting all the new information. So red came over and took over blue, just like Caine taking over Abel.
Yeah. Wow. Right?
Because, which is interesting, because in the Bible, when Brain, hang on. But the story with Cain and Abel, yeah. They both give a gift to God or whatever, and God likes Abel's gift more. And so Cain's like, wow, what the fuck? So he goes and kills his brother. And then God is like, bro, what the fuck? I'm gonna make it so that you can never die, and you have to wander the earth forever, like all eternity now.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Yep. And thus spawned a million
Which is
different.
Like, damn.
Thus spawned a million different biblical fanfics.
So many.
Yeah, but like that's so cool. And the dot at the beginning, like how he was like absorbing everything, and then they put him in a box. Like I've heard of that too. Like that is a real concept. The AI in a box. Like you contain it and you keep it away from everything. And
exactly.
Yeah, and it's like the AI could think that it's in control of everything, but equally it could be that the world was just a virtual simulation. And if the AI proved to be too dangerous, it and the world it was placed into could just be deleted.
Right.
Wow.
Yeah, no, it's a lot. Some things I noticed, by the way, with the episode. During the scene where Jax's model is being peeled, right?
Yeah, that was freaky.
The face or the bodies, the silhouettes that were spinning around him, were silhouettes of Kafo, Ribbit, and Pomni.
Yeah, I noticed Kaufmo in there.
Yeah, it was Kaufmo, Ribbit, and Pomni, which is like.
Also, should we talk about what Caine's VA had to say about this
everything that Jax
episode?
has done and said, and put it in the context of he didn't think this was real.
Yeah.
Like.
He had no clue. Or, like, he didn't believe it, at least. He didn't believe that all this was real.
In order to cope, he was like, yeah, it's not real, whatever. Like, nothing matters, it's fine. It was all real! The whole time.
I think we've talked about this before, you and I specifically, but there's a real thing in law that's been used called the matrix defense, where people will, like, commit crimes. Like, they'll actually kill people, and then when they're in court, their argument will be that they believe they're in the Matrix, and so everything that happens isn't real. Like, they believe the world is...
Some people having that delusion.
They believe that the world is just a computer simulation, so their actions have no consequences.
Yikes.
Yeah, which, that's just gonna get you, you know, institutionalized.
Hang on. Poison Rosen said, should we talk about what Caine's voice actor had to say about this episode? Because we won't do that. I haven't actually seen what he said about the episode.
Really? Yeah, let us know.
What has been said?
We gotta hear this.
I want to know what he said.
Yeah, that is a court thing, but it's not like, it's not gonna get you, you know, it's not gonna get you off. It's going to get you institutionalized more than anything.
Yeah. They don't just let people back out, like, just because, you know, they think it was real. They're not going to just let them go back out with that belief still, because that puts them as being a danger to themselves and others. Oh,
yeah.
Caine's voice actor sure says a lot of things, like the inspiration of Am. Caine's quite different. Like, he compared Can's crash out to a neglected child throwing a temper tantrum. Yes, very much so.
Absolutely got those vibes. Like,
they were telling him what they would like, and he just doesn't listen, and then gets mad when they don't like it. And it's like, Caine, it's okay for other people to make ideas too. It's okay.
Yeah. Since Am was created with hatred, Caine was created with love. That's a really interesting way to put that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Caine...
but you're right,
Am.
right? Because they would have been like, yeah, AI, this is like our AI we're building together. It is like a child.
Yeah. Like, the big difference between an AI like Am is that in I Have No Mouth and I'm a Scream, he was created to guide World War III, because, you know, the Cold War escalated at the time, and they needed the computers to run everything. So, all that Am ever really knew was death, destruction, warfare, and so everything he could do with his knowledge and creativity, it could only relate back to that.
So, for anyone in chat who, because I don't know who knows what, sorry, what were you just talking about, Bubbles? My memory. Oof.
I Have No Mouth and I'm a Scream?
Right, yeah. People, it's a very popular title, but not everyone knows what it's about. So just for chat, in case any of you are unaware, I Have No Mouth and I'm a Scream was a short story by, I can't remember the author's name.
Harlan Ellison.
From a long while ago. It's
Harlan Ellison was the author.
Do you remember what year it was released?
It was, I think it was around sometime in the late 50s.
Yeah, so very, very, very old.
To explain it more in depth, like, AM was created by the Americans, the Russians, and the Chinese in this war. They each had their own AM, but it expanded outward. Like they said, they honeycombed the entire planet with like the system of corridors full of like computer equipment and technology and stuff like that. Like, and it became interconnected. And one version of AM, they don't specify who, but one of them woke up and kind of subsumed the other two into himself. And he became this godlike AI. And then he launched all the nuclear weapons that everyone had. And he brought 5 survivors into this globe-spanning complex where he then would keep them alive and torture them. So the rest of humanity is extinct, and it's just these 5 survivors trapped underground with AM, who has this incredible power to just do things to them. Like, he's made them immortal, but not indestructible. Like, he can torture them, he can transform them. One of the characters in the short story, his name is Benny. He was originally a brilliant I think he was a physics theorist, a theoretical physicist. I was thinking the right words. And AM turned him into a half-human, half-chimpanzee creature.
Which also messed up his mind.
Yeah, he became like
yeah,
very
half monkey brain.
Yeah, half man, half ape. Man, it was really messed up. Ooh, to quote Alex Rochon, Caine's VA, I'm sorry if I said that wrong. In this world, the worst thing you can do to someone is make someone feel like they're not wanted or loved. True. Caine was trying for so long to make everyone feel loved, but never could due to his insecurities, ego, and misunderstandings, ironically making it the worst thing.
Yes.
Oof.
Yeah. It was his own hubris.
Yep. And yeah, in the short story too, AM basically forces Benny to only have sex with the only woman in the group, and he was originally a gay man. So, that's really messed up.
Very messed up, very messed up. AM is not cool.
No.
The way it ends, though, they find a way. Do you remember how they find the way to die? They find some way that they can die. And,
it's pretty dark. And I'm going to say right now, I recommend you guys read the short story if you want to, but if you don't want to,
don't
here come the spoilers.
Too much detail.
Yeah. So what ends up happening? Yeah, what ends up happening is that AM sends them on a quest, basically. He tells them that in the frozen part of his complex, which is somewhere, I think it's around the North Pole, but he tells them that there's canned goods, and he doesn't feed them, by the way. He doesn't give them real food. He makes them eat things like worms or just whatever disgusting things he can think of. And so he's like, hey, do you want some actual food? Go and get this. And they go for months on this journey. Like, they're kept alive, but like painfully hungry. And it's agonizing. Like, imagine starving to death, but you don't die.
Yeah.
That's what it's like. And they eventually arrive at the ice caverns where, yeah, the stack of canned goods is there, but AM never gave them a can opener, so they can't access them. And they try so hard to like bash it open, and they can't get anything. And then Benny loses it, and he starts trying to, out of pure hunger, eat one of his friends. Like, he starts biting his face. And then Ted, who is actually the narrator of the story, he realizes that AM won't let them end their own lives, but if he's distracted, maybe they can kill each other. And that's basically what they end up doing.
They find a way to do that. But the thing is then that would leave a person behind.
Yep. And that person...
You know, they could kill each other, but then when it's the last person, who's supposed to kill them?
Yep.
So someone has to get left behind, and that was our protagonist and narrator, Ted.
Yeah.
But he wasn't just left behind. He was transformed into this grotesque
blob monster.
Blob thing that has no mouth, and he wants to scream.
Yeah. And Am's way of torturing him is to, like, accelerate and decelerate his sense of time. So, like, for him, it takes him, like, almost a year to say one word, and then it feels like hundreds of years pass in a few seconds. It's really dark, but at the end of it, he still feels that he saved his friends from being part of this anymore. And to him, like, that's the only real victory he feels like he can achieve in this scenario.
He's desperately trying to stay sane.
Yeah. And the computer game version of the story actually added a new ending to all this, where it turns out that there actually are some survivors of the nuclear war who are in a colony on the moon. And Am is not aware of them, but the other Am programs he subsumed into himself are aware of it, and they're trying to guide the survivors to them.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
It's like Planet of the Apes, the second one. where this guy is under the earth.
With the cult that worships the nuclear bomb.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, actually, Harlan Ellison was... Well, he was a grumpy guy in life, but I never got the impression he actually hated people. Okay. He hated people, but he wasn't a misanthrope, is what I'm saying. Yeah, he actually really liked kids.
He showed the protagonist having, like, being, like, incredibly distressed when he finds out that, what he finds out.
Yeah. And, he wrote this essay where he spoke out against the poor treatment of creators by quote-unquote fans who weren't the biggest fans of their creative decisions.
I have something to say about that ties to the Digital Circus.
Right, yeah. I was wondering when you were going to bring this up. It's very relevant.
Because I think it's important.
Yeah.
So Gooseworx had like a pretty big social media presence, and people would, talk to them about Digital Circus, whatever. Gooseworx ended up making a tweet or something on Blue Sky saying that Pomni and Jax were the quote-unquote main characters. And while the Digital Circus is not meant for children, children are obviously going to watch it. That's just what happens on the internet. And a lot of them are, kind of entitled. And they were like, wow, you hate, like, the other characters. Like, you're not going to give anyone, like, a finishing arc? Wow, what the fuck? You're, like, getting very upset. And it overwhelmed Gooseworx so much that she apologized, and she was like, I'm just trying to make a show that's, like, good. I'm sorry. I don't mean to upset anyone. Like, fuck. Deletes her social media and stuff. And then comes back a bit later and apologizes for the outburst. But states very clearly that once Digital Circus is done, she's never going to look back on it again. She wants nothing to do with it. There's never going to be anything more Digital Circus. This is it. Because of the awful things.
I don't blame her for that one. That is...
Me neither.
You can't treat creators like this. You can't act like... I understand when we have moments where we don't agree with a creator on a particular creative decision in a story. Like, I understand when there's people who are upset by that. But that is never an excuse to, one, attack a creator for anything like that, or threaten them for real. But this wasn't even that. This was her saying that these are the main characters, and then a bunch of kids took it the wrong way and jumped to the conclusion that, oh wow, no one else is getting an arc then? It's very much, I like pancakes, so that means you hate waffles kind of situation. But not funny at all.
Nope.
Like, okay, can I just kind of talk about something related to this too? So, I follow a lot of people on Twitch. A lot of them are part of...
Sorry.
I know, surprising. And a lot of them are, you know, good friends. Some of them have been involved in a certain company that crashed and burned last year. And that's been a very painful experience for a lot of them. And there's a lot of people who will be like, why don't you hang out with this person anymore? Do you hate them? And it's like, dude, no. Just because they don't collab and they don't talk on stream, that doesn't mean they're not talking behind the scenes. It doesn't mean they don't have a life. It's not like...
And also, like, even if they weren't friends off screen, that's not your relationship.
Yeah, it's not your business. It's not your business.
That has nothing to do with you.
Like, why are you like this?
So entitled.
Yeah.
Very sad.
Like, people themselves are not free entertainment. People make entertainment for us to enjoy. And sometimes they're a part of that. Sometimes it's stories that they make that they're not really involved in, but they still put their heart and soul into things. And we should respect that. We should actually want to see them succeed. Obviously, right?
Yeah.
And we're not always going to agree with them on things. That's just human nature. We're always going to find disagreements here and there, but a disagreement on something is never an excuse to attack that person and want to see their art and their creativity destroyed.
Right.
And I feel so bad for Gooseworx if she has these horrible lingering feelings of negativity associated with Digital Circus now. Because she does such a good job with this.
Was something that, yeah, she did such a good job that it was huge for the indie animation industry.
It was like, amazing.
Top credit to her. It was amazing. And I'm so mad that people have gotten her to the point where she's sick of her own work.
Yeah.
Not cool. It also doesn't help that she has said before that she projects onto Jax here and there. So
kind of a disturbing thing to admit, considering what Jax is like, but I understand. You know, sometimes we just really bond with fucked up characters, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Also, it's her character, so...
Yes, true. Absolutely. You know, I don't know Gooseworx, but I do know that she is a very talented creator, and I'm very sorry that this happened. But I'm glad we could actually accomplish this.
Yes, that we were able to watch it.
Yeah. What about
I
TADC?
can only, like, I don't know. I have no predictions for the final episode. I have to be honest.
Yeah, me neither. I have no idea what to expect out of this series.
What is going to happen? I'm so scared.
Anytime we do,
like apparently the cast like cried during their first read through of the script.
Seriously?
So, yeah.
Oh
They've
no!
Mentioned it multiple times that they all like cried.
Oof. That doesn't bode well for us. Oof.
That makes me a little nervous.
I said this earlier, but I think you missed it. But I thought about maybe what if there was a superhero whose superpowers basically he just has video game ability of getting extra lives that let him reset and come back to life. And then I realized that's just basically Hajime from Ace. Yeah, I kind of made that, didn't I?
You did.
But yeah,
you did.
But yeah, like, you know, when you're talking about Danganronpa, that's a series that I actually have some expectations for, you know? I can kind of predict where I think the story is gonna go. There's always kind of an expectation with that. I have no idea what to expect anytime we watch Digital Circus. Absolutely no clue.
Good.
And that's really one of the best things about it.